Hello everyone, my name is Ben. I'm part of KT Hub team. We're the Young Adults Ministry of Kensington Temple Church. And today I'm your host, and I'd like to invite you to join us on a journey of love and faith and fellowship, excitement and adventure. I want to share with you the heart behind everything we do. I'd like to introduce you to the big dream, the big idea, and invite you to partner with us in prayer that God will raise the next generation of young people who will live for His glory. It's been over a year and a half since we launched the Hub on 6 October 2018. And it began with a need in our church that Pastor Colin saw fit and saw the right time to address, and with a handful of people who love God and wanted to build a young adult community of people who feel loved, are able to grow in walk with God, and want to make an impact in the world we live in. Originally, it was known as the Hub Cafe. It was a place for young people to meet on a Sunday in between busy services, and it fostered some strong friendships and connections.
However, God began to stir in our hearts the need to grow deeper in Him as individuals, but also collectively. At the core of everything we do is the aim to raise disciples who will live lives that will honor and reflect the goodness of God. This way, our goals can be divided in 3 categories, and these categories shape all the activities we do, from the Sunday sessions to the social events and to the way we communicate and fellowship with one another.
Firstly, we want to help people experience God. This is the foundation of everything we do. It's our starting point. We see in scriptures when people encounter Jesus, their lives are never the same. Their hearts change, their desires are being renewed, their perspectives are being transformed. Experiencing that encounter with God is crucial. It's not something that can be bought or transferred. Your pastor's faith is not enough, neither are your grandma's prayers. It has to be personal. It is personal. It's between the individual and God.
Very early on, we noticed a big hunger for more of God and a stronger intimacy with Him. So we started what would later become a Hub signature evening, the Friday worship nights. Every 2 months or so, we take the opportunity to come away from our busy schedules, to strip away all the distractions and to focus our hearts and minds on God. It's a time of prayer, exhortation, word, and of course, worship. Ultimately, we want people, regardless of their past, to experience God in a very tangible way. And out of these nights, we have had young adults reconnect with God, give their lives to Christ, and learn how to spend time with Him on a daily basis.
So firstly, we want to experience God, His love, His grace, His Father's heart. But this is just the beginning. Once that happens, we want to reach out to our friends for Christ. We believe the church is bigger than a building. It's bigger than the 4 walls in which we meet on a Sunday. It's bigger than a date, a time, a meeting. We are the church. It's who we are. And what better circumstances to emphasize that point than the ones that we live in right now. We want to have a heart for the lost, and this is why we look out for engaging ways to reach out to them, and we will do anything short of sin to reach out to them in a way that touches their lives with the love of Jesus.
We want to be the church that goes out into community. We don't want to wait for people to come to church. we want to go out to them. Our monthly social events are a form of evangelism to reach those who wouldn't necessarily come to a Sunday service or open a Bible. They allow us to extend the gospel to all just the way Jesus commanded us. And yeah, we can do that quite creatively through park days, movie nights, or arts evenings. For example, during our spoken word and poetry nights, we covered real-life issues that young adults can relate to, such as love, mental health, and life as a Christian.
So firstly, we want to experience God. Secondly, we want to reach our friends for Christ, and as a result of that, renew culture all around us. As a hub, we ask God to align our mindsets and our lives to His Word and not to the cultural norms of the day. We want to live lives where being compassionate is not considered being weak, where servanthood is leadership, and where we love our neighbor as ourselves.
And of course, one of the natural outcomes of this was moving away from an individualistic mindset, where it's all about me, my needs, my wants, my decisions, where our ego is on the throne, towards a mindset that requires us to look out for our brothers and sisters in Christ. We've been able to form friendships that are more than just superficial, where we take an interest in each other's lives, we spend time together on a regular basis, and we do life together. This can be extremely fun at times, especially when we travel together on holidays or we do weekends away, but also challenging when we push each other to live the life to the standard that God has called us to. We want to be a community that encourages the expression of the gifts God has blessed us with, both in the church context and outside it. We want to foster growth and use them for the glory of God. Every Sunday after the 2:30 Impact service, we run sessions that encourage everyone to have healthy discussions and provide insight on topics such as evangelism, relationships, prayer, and mental health. Our sessions are interactive, exciting, and sometimes even unconventional, with the aim to cover topics that the young adults are experiencing, while also providing some practical ways of living out this Christian walk. We want to empower the next generation to dream bigger, to continue to believe God and see the things the way He does, and to fully embrace the vision of London and the world for Christ. This is not something we can accomplish individually, but together as one body. We'll not shy away, we'll not be spectators, but we'll continually push further for the cause of Christ. And we'll have fun doing it.